Once in Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Later On by the Swon brothers. And it starts off with this cool little intro, and actually you hear a couple different really cool licks on the intro, where you can play 5th fret on the high E string, 2nd fret on the high E string, 5th fret on the high E string, and then back to 2nd fret on the high E, and then 5th fret on the high E. So if you want to, you can kind of follow those notes, kind of that A, F sharp, A, F sharp, A, F sharp, A, F sharp, A, and I think it's kind of in a mandolin part. And the chord that would kind of back up that lick would be a D major chord. I normally do this first finger on the G second, second finger on the high E second, third finger on the B string third. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on lifting off the second finger, kind of making that a D sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for a D suspended chord and kind of say some stuff around that chord. Or you may want to try doing the D as kind of like a little mini bar on the 2nd fret. And actually, if you played that together, that would be a D major 7. And then you could add in the 2nd finger on the B third and kind of have your pinky opened up to kind of work that 5th fret note on the high E string. A, F sharp. And you may want to try just kind of doing down ups just to kind of play around with those notes. So that might be kind of cool, kind of using those. Or if you were to really rock this out, you could use a D5 power chord by doing just the D string and that G string 2nd fret. It's kind of a D5. Or you could do first finger on the A 5th fret, third finger on the D 7th fret for a D5 power chord. So you kind of dig on work following just that D idea. And randomly, right after that D major, you'll kind of hear where the C sharp note kind of comes in on the bass on the D chord. It doesn't last very long. But you may want to kind of experiment with this, kind of the D chord. You can take the pinky and put them on the A string 4th fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that's something called D slash C sharp, or D major with the C sharp in the bass. So that might be kind of a cool note to kind of play around with too through that intro part. Or if you're digging on the power chord idea, you could take the D5 power chord and then take your first finger and go back to the A string on the 4th fret. And that's something I call A3 slash C sharp, which is kind of weird. You're playing an A note and a C sharp note. A, B, C is a third, A, B, C. And so I call that an A3 slash C sharp. So you may want to start on the D5, for instance, and then make a change to the A3 slash C sharp to cover that C sharp note. Or even experimenting on those notes back and forth could be a cool idea too. And then from the D we go to a G major chord. I normally do this first finger on the A second, 2nd finger on the low E third, 3rd finger on the high E third. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on putting 3rd finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that for your G major. Or if you really want to kind of rock this out, you can use a G5 power chord. So we'd have first finger on the low E 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the A 5th fret, for kind of a G5 power chord. So you could even kind of just follow just the power chords with kind of a down idea, actually. D5, or D5 or the D slash C sharp, or A3 slash C sharp, G5, G5. Or you could do that same idea with the chords, D, and you can stay on the D, or you can do the D slash C sharp, G major, G major. Or you could use a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So you do the D and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So one way to work it through that progression is you have the D or D slash C sharp, G major, D slash C sharp, G major, G major. Definitely spots in the tune actually, and for myself what really felt more like the tune was something called a 16th note strum pattern. And actually there's a couple of these that you may want to play around with, but what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. So kind of a 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the D and do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you do an up on 2, down on 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you'll be going down, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. So all together, you got D, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, D, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, D, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we try that through that intro progression. You have to D. You can stay on the D with the D/C sharp, G major, those notes we were talking about. G, G. Or another 16th I was kind of digging on changing to through the tune is a down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is on the first beat you do a down on 1 and up on 4. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then on the second beat you do the up on 2, down on 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the third beat you do an up on 2, up on 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, 1 up, 1 up, up. And then on the last beat you go down, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, 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 down. So all together you got down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. So we tried that through the intro progression. And a lot of times on that first down, that was the down, down, up, you throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the D/C sharp, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the G, you'd have the low E string for the bass. So you can kind of dig on working it that way too. So D with the D bass, D/C sharp, G with the low E bass, G with the low E bass. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you could work it off a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, bass, down, down, up, down, 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 or a bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. So we're trying it that way. You got the D/C sharp, D/C sharp, on the other 16th pattern, you could work it off a bass, up, bass, up, down, bass, up, bass, up, down, down. So we tried it that way. You'd have the D, D/C sharp. Progression through our intro, through our first verse, through our chorus, and then kind of an intro return until we get to our second verse. And on our second verse, we do that same progression twice, but then we go to an A major chord. I normally do this first finger on the D second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B second, and big party on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on lifting off the third finger for an A sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the B third for an A suspended chord and kind of say some stuff around the A major. Or you may dig on an A7 sus by doing first finger on the D second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. That sounds slightly more unresolved, but definitely a possibility. Or if you want to just rock it out, you could have the open A and the D string together. It's the A5 power chord. Or you could put the first finger on the Louis 5th, third finger on the A7th fret for an A5 power chord. We get to that hit. So through that second verse, you could really do it any of those ways. But if we try that with kind of down, D/C sharp, G, G, or you can do the down, down, up, up, down, up. We're at basis. D/C sharp, G, G, and your basis for the A will be the A string. So we got A bass, A with an A bass, G with a Louis bass, G with a Louis bass. Or if we tried that second verse with our 16th feel, you can even switch between those ideas actually. And D/C sharp. Our second chorus. So we kept that going. We'd have that D, D/C sharp, G, D/C sharp, G, From there, then we go into a solo that almost kind of follows our second verse form. And actually, there are lots of cool little lead licks actually through this tune. And then there's a couple actually in the intro actually where you kind of hear this 9th fret on the G bend, and then 7th fret on the G, and then back to 9th fret on the G as a bend. And then this other lick where you could go 7 on the D, and then 5th on the D, and then 7th fret on the D as a bend. Now on an acoustic, I'm almost worried I'm going to bend strings. Instead of doing the bend, you could do slides too. You could do this 9 to 11 slide, and then 7, 9 slide to 11, and then 7 bent slide to 9, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9 slides, if you want to kind of dig on that. And this whole tune actually is in the key of D major, so you could use a B minor or a D major pentatonic scale. And so if you want to play around with lead licks, I just shot some videos for Munson Jam Tracks actually talking about pentatonic scales and how you solo and lots of licks around this. But your pattern 1 would start from low E on the 7th fret, 10th fret on the low E, and you have 7, 9 on the A, 7, 9 on the D, 7, 9 on the G, 7, 10 on the B, and then 7, 10 on the high E string. So you can work all kind of licks out of those notes. Actually, hammer-on licks could be cool. Pull-off licks could be cool. Slide licks could be cool. You know, lots of bend licks through the tune. So you got all kinds of stuff that you could make up. And one way to kind of practice that for yourself is you could play the chord E, G. So that way you got kind of that sound of what chord's going on in your head. And you can kind of make up the licks. You may kind of dig on that. Or you might just kind of follow just the chords. Actually, we have a D, C sharp, kind of through that solo part. To our main progression. So we got our D, C sharp, G, and there are some spots where you may want to do kind of down, kind of make big accents, you know, and then kind of work it back into the D. Or you can make up little licks around these chords too. So feel free to kind of make this lesson, you know, your own, kind of run with it any way you want to. It'd be kind of cool to kind of see what you can say with it. big G major chord, but I knew for myself I'd really want to play a big D at the very end. But that's the basics of how you get strummed through Later On by the Swon Brothers. So, good luck!